This is TheSkullKlown. I'm here to talk about some wrestling real quick. I haven't talked about wrestling in such a while. Now, this is not like. Okay. Now, with WWE selling to whoever potential person, um, the thing is, with everything, everyone going crazy with the Saudi Arabia stuff, yo, I was watching that from the background and I was like, holy shit, like, oh my god. But I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was really paying attention to all the shit that Vince is gonna get in the future. I told you guys Vince is getting a lot of shit, and I told you guys in my enlightenment videos and in this channel that Vince is gonna get his comeuppance and the companies. Okay? And from what we're hearing in the background too is that there's something even worse that McMahon has done that they don't want to get out. And God knows what that is. Solomonster even point that out. If you watch like these podcasters and shit like that. When I heard that, I'm like, see, I'm telling you guys, it just gets juicier and juicier for this company, man. But beyond that, I know you guys mostly want to probably get my thoughts on any potential buyers or anything like that. Because I know you guys, you guys know that I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan, and I know some people might want to be like, "Hey, you haven't really talked about this WWE stuff." I was gonna wait until it all blew over. I was gonna wait until they finally sell, till it finally became a thing for me to talk about it. So that's why I haven't really said anything. But I do say this: I did make a post showing the Flash character with a tombstone saying, WWE 1950 something to 2023, because it's true. No matter what company they're going to sell to, it's still going to be dead. Because the whole thing that's coming out with that company soon is nothing what you guys think that is just you will not even fathom from this company. But you guys know now that this company's fucked up, and you guys know how much fucked up Vince is. And I've been telling you guys this forever, but no one doesn't listen. No one doesn't listen. I don't know the guy, but you can literally, if you have a fucking IQ and brain cells, you can literally fucking see how he is, man. It's not rocket science. Come on, man. Seriously. Especially when you hear stuff in the background about him, man. Come on, man. This is a man that got abused when he was a child by his own mama. No shit. He's going to do that to other people because he hasn't coped with that. Vince, what he has is trauma that he doesn't cope with, and he uses that trauma to fuck other people. Okay, I should be a fucking therapist, but you know what? I'm not. I just, and I'm not even a people person, but yet I can see that shit. It's not rocket science. If you can see it, I can. If I could see it, you clearly should too. You know? That's just me, man. That's just me. But, okay. So beyond that, who I want to buy. Now, let's go to the Saudi Arabia part. When this Saudi Arabia stuff, the rumors started happening, I'm more like, because I heard it wasn't 100% confirmed, but when I was hearing the rumors of it, I was just like, yo, this is real? Holy shit, that's how you know it's done. It's like, yep. Because to be honest with you, I'm not going to lie to you, I was going to check it out again, WWE, for just to see how it is. If I start to like it and see what they're doing really good, then I might just start watching it again, because I left out after I forgot. But I wanted to watch wrestling. No any type of form. Sorry about that. No any type of form of at all. The only I wanted to do was play the video games, and I'm over here playing SmackDown Raw 2011 on my PSP and PlayStation 3. So highly recommend get that game. Seriously, get that game. Only the PS3 version. The PSP is not complete in my opinion. It's still a good addition to the PSP lineup of those games on the PSP, yes, but custom character wise, feels like 2K15. Yeah, I said that. I can't believe I said that. I don't know, man. That's just me. The way I feel with that, with the creative, with the custom creative in SmackDown Raw 2011 on the PSP. I don't know. To me, it's like I don't want to get a rant on that. I'll probably talk about it in a future video. But moving on. the whole Saudi Arabia stuff was just mind-boggling and hilarious. But obviously I wanted to wait if it was like truly, truly confirmed, and it wasn't, or at least it's just rumors, you know. But there's other potential buyers. I would like to have Netflix or Warner Brothers, but judging how some of the stuff from hearing from Warner Brothers that they always cutting costs, and I'm like, oh, please no. Then you know what? If that's the case, hey man, I thought Warner Brothers would have been perfect because why? Because they own Looney Tunes, and Looney Tunes does violence really good. So why wouldn't you bring wrestling into it? You know how many boxing shit and how many wrestling they parodied in the Looney Tunes? Come on. Even before the. And I thought they were parodying WWE. Of course they weren't. But you could tell they were parodying some wrestling stuff back in the old Looney Tunes stuff when you were looking at it. Especially when they were doing it with boxing. I'm like, you guys are not boxing. You guys are wrestling. Come on. Let's be fair here. Let's be fair. Seriously, let's be fair. Seriously, man. But, it's, I don't know. I thought it was that would be a perfect home for them. Universal would be good, in my opinion. Is it from Peacock also? I think, and that's the thing. I don't like Peacock. I don't. I don't like Peacock. But if they stay with Peacock, you know what? I'm not going to be like, oh, what the fuck? Nah. Hey, you have a history with them. You know, you've been knowing this company. Was it NBC? You've been knowing them for a long, long time. You know, I remember you doing your Saturday Night Live stuff there. And I always liked it Saturday Night Live, like when you did it back in the Ruthless Aggression era and stuff like that. Because I don't remember back in that time, because I was a baby, I was in diapers, I was born in '93. What do you expect, guys? you know, but I do remember some stuff of like in your house stuff and golf stuff, like vague ones, but I didn't remember more of it until like you see more of Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression and stuff like that. But not to say I didn't remember the Attitude Era. Of course I did. The hell? Not all of it, but I remember like a chunk of it. So like the good ones, basically the good moments and stuff like that. Obviously, I had to go back and watch the other ones, but that doesn't matter. you know. But another company that I don't mind is I did say Netflix already, right? I don't mind Netflix. Alright, Netflix, Warner Brothers, Universal. Alright, here we go. I was not going to mention this. I mean, I was, but I was going to leave this for last, but I guess we should say it now. Disney. It is funny to think that Disney can buy WWE, and it will be funny to see Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock slam Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or some shit like that. As an image, that's funny. It is. It's funny. And it would be cool to see, The Rock right next to the Avengers, right next to Donald Duck and Sarah from Kingdom Hearts, if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan. Oh, the possibilities are endless. And I'll tell you this right now. WWE would be more marketable than ever before if they go to Disney. I'll say that right now. But there is a problem here. Disney likes that squeaky clean stuff sometimes, man. Not to say they can't do edgy. Not to say they can't do hardcore. It's just that sometimes, man, at that point, say goodbye to blood, in my opinion. Even though there's some moments with Disney that do have blood, like Pirates and Caribbean. It's not a lot, but something. You'd be like, oh, they did that. Disney, na. I mean, this is the company that made a fucking movie with a child kissing a 30-year-old woman. So anything's possible with Disney, to be quite honest with you. Hey, at that point, if we're going to get that type of attitude from Disney, to be quite honest with you, own it. Literally, own it, Disney. Like, buy it. I'm dead serious. Most people are like, what? I'd be like, hey, if they're going that, if they have that mentality of going that far with this type of company, then do it. I'm not buy the company. I'm not saying do that exactly. Don't do that. But like I'm saying that if you have the balls to do that, then you will have the balls to buy this company and do what some people will be like, oh my god, Disney, you actually doing this. And plus, the thing is, it is stupid for Disney not to buy it, in my opinion, mainly because they're making a market out there now that's for mature adults, and they making Disney Plus to have your, like a code, either for children, so it could be so you won't see it, or for you to actually get access to see that mature content. And I made sure to see that mature content when Disney Plus asked me that, and I was happy that it did. To be honest, I'm glad that Disney gave the opportunity for the consumer to do that. It's like, hey, do you want to watch your mature content or not? I'm like, mature content, man, all the way, man. Show me what you got. Show me what you have, man. You know, seriously, I'm like that. And the fact that Disney did that tells me that they're probably pushing a little bit more forward to the mature stuff. And why wouldn't they grab WWE? And at that point, when you really think about it more, would they put blood? Would they bring it back? Anyways, that's why I mention it. They don't, again, it's always up to the mouse. That's the thing, man. That's always the thing. I just want to tell you right now, Walt Disney doesn't own this shit. His head doesn't own it. None of his family owns it. It's the mouse that owns it. All right, I'm dead serious. The mouse is up there in that chair, looking at everything and wondering what he can buy. All right, you guys might think it's a joke, but no, no, I'm dead serious. There is a mouse in Disney World that's literally sitting there just watching and making sure that it's getting what it needs to get. And obviously that AI Kevin. Come on, guys. You thought that She-Hulk stuff was just a myth? Oh, please, or a joke? Please. If you thought that was bullshit, then why did you hate the Pinocchio movie? Idiot. Especially if you're agreeing with people that or keep saying, "Oh, why you guys are just regurgitating to this Disney machine?" And I'm like, you guys are literally saying it, and yet you're not thinking of it. That's how dumb you are. Not all of you, but people that point that out and yet don't think about it more. I'm just like, come on, man. Really? Are you that naive? Okay, fine. Be naive, but I'm not. I'm not. Disney's. I'm not saying Disney is a perfect company to choose, and it's not. Again, I'd rather have Netflix. To be quite honest with you, I'd rather have Netflix. Is Netflix the best decision? Maybe not. Because there's a lot of things with Netflix. But I'll say this right now: they can get a lot. They can get away with a lot of things in Netflix that they cannot with other studios, including with Saudi Arabia. Okay? So Netflix would be probably a good platform. And most people might be like, oh, what about Amazon or Apple? I don't have those streaming services, and I don't care for them. So I'm not going to mention them here. Because I don't give a fuck about them. If they buy WWE, then guess what? I'm not going to watch WWE. Simple as that. What, you think you're gonna force me to buy another fucking platform to pay to watch another part? No, fuck you. No, I don't. And all these streaming services know that. That's why there's combined margins together. Why do you think Disney owns like Hulu and CNN? I mean, that sports shit. Because if they were all separate, there'll be too much. Come on, people. You gotta think. You gotta think. Seriously, Disney is a step ahead of this shit, and you guys are like oh with it. That's going to your consumers and your business people that think that, oh, let's make a streaming service. Paramount don't even know how to do shit. That's one company I do not want them to buy WWE. Paramount should not buy WWE at all. Because if you can't have a good streaming service, why the fuck will you buy a company? And yes, I have said this before, saying that, hey, if Disney did buy WWE, say bye bye to the company and say bye bye of them probably airing it anywhere. Not to say Disney won't archive it, or trust me, Disney is great at archiving shit. So all that WWE shit, they will archive, including the bad stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that Some people might say, oh, outdated, like, the bra and panties matches and all that stuff. People want to complain about that. And I'm like, you guys need to grow the fuck up because you grew up around that era. And since we're in a PC or woke culture or cancel culture era, you want to kiss everyone's ass. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Seriously. Shut the fuck up. You fucking pussy ass motherfucker wearing a dress and shit. Seriously. Seriously. You weren't raised by a fucking man. You were raised by your fucking goddamn mama when you were a fucking teenager. And your daddy didn't raise you right. You fucking pussy. Seriously. The fuck's wrong with you? Telling people that. The hell's wrong with you? That's why I can't take people like that seriously. Oh, that's why, for example, when people review the SmackDown vs. Raw games basically, and there's a bra and panties match, they'll be like, well, uh, guys, I don't want to talk about this because this is too offensive. I'm like, grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. I mean, I remember many years ago, I showed my sister about it, and she was like, "Oh, that's fucked up." And I'm like, "Yeah, in a way, it is. Looking back, I guess, but it's not like right outright offensive. Offensive. Oh, well, she did tell me, oh, they're degrading women, but you're acting like wrestling is not the only one that's done it. Disney has done it. Warner Brothers has done it. Other companies have done it. I'm not saying it's a right thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. But you're acting like there's one. You're acting like one person done it and everyone should fucking kill him for it. You idiot. I'm dead serious. If you lynching one, you should lynch all of them. Don't be a hypocrite. Seriously, man. That's why I have a problem with people, man. Shit, man. For real. So in a way, so I was again going back. I was looking back and saying maybe Disney wouldn't be a good idea. But looking back now, maybe it is a good decision. Is it the best decision in the whole world? No. Again, I think other streaming services would be better. I mean, other companies would be better. You know, again, I would love to have Warner Brothers, but if they're gonna keep cutting shit and making stupid shit, then you know what? Then what's the point of buying that company? It's just gonna be another Vince McMahon. We don't want another Vince McMahon. We definitely don't want another Vince. And we definitely don't want Vince there either. Get him the fuck out of there now. Right? Most people are like, oh, that business stuff. Okay, after that business shit, get him the fuck out of there. Because other than that, he's not supposed to be there. At all, whatsoever. I don't even want to talk about that shit. Because you guys know. All I'm saying is that this. All I'm saying is that there has to be another company besides Saudi Arabia to buy this company. And I'd rather have fucking Disney than Saudi Arabia. I'll say this right now. Saudi Arabia buys this company. Don't make me think I'm ever supporting this company. And going back to downgrading women, look at these motherfuckers. Their women in their own country, their own women try to fight with their rights, and the government of Saudi Arabia doesn't give a fuck. For crying out loud, I'm a spiritual person. If I was a wrestler and went to Saudi Arabia to work for them, they will fucking probably kill me, because most people are like, oh, because you're a spiritual person. Well, first of all, they will know the truth about, because they will know who I am, and they won't like me there at all, because they know who my people are. They know that my people made the pyramids. That's why they will be scared of me as fuck. Same thing if Mark Henry walked with them. Okay? Or The Rock, for example. But definitely The Rock wouldn't work with them. Why would you? What's the common sense in that when you know the history with these motherfuckers? Seriously. The shit that I'm speaking right now, you can't even fucking say that. So what makes you think that it'll be perfect? Seems to me that you want a company to be bought from a country that doesn't want anything to evolve. And when you don't evolve, you die. You do die. When you don't, that happens in nature, and that's the fuck up we, and that's the fuck up we with some people, not just in Saudi, but in the United States too. They never understand that too. Again, going back, that's why I have a problem with people. You will talk about how nature works, but yet you still destroy. You won't understand it too. Does that make sense? But that's another story for another day. All right. So if Disney does buy Netflix, does buy Netflix. Holy shit! If Disney does buy WWE, I can literally see their stadiums being gigantic. Because this is what I always vision for WWE in the future. If, to be honest, in spiritual enlightenment way, there's a lot of shit that's happening, and I doubt this is going to happen. Because a lot of companies out here are going to be gone soon. So, what I'm doing is probably in another dimension when these motherfuckers are not even around. And there's like a perfect world, basically. You know? But I always imagine that WWE had Raw and SmackDown in a giant stadium. Like WrestleMania type shit. Every week. Millions of people going there. You know how much money that is? Guys. And I know some people too. I know a lot of people might talk about, well, look at the Star Wars stuff that Disney is doing. I haven't kept up with the new Star Wars stuff, but what I'm seeing from some of the thumbnails, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It's just going up and down and up and down and up and down. Sometimes you got it good, sometimes you got bad. It's just Disney's in a rut right now with Star Wars. They were doing pretty good with Mandalorian and stuff like that, but you have people in the company that just want to put their agenda in it and shit. And that's one of the reasons I did point out too that this is probably not a perfect company for WWE. Because then if you have, for example, Kathleen Kennedy looking at WWE and maybe she'll be CEO of WWE. We don't want that. You know exactly what would happen to WWE if Kathleen Kennedy became the COO of WWE, the chairman of WWE. Good God, no. 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 Seriously, man. Seriously. Someone from Disney or someone in the family of Disney needs to look at WWE and be like, you know, this is good and we should buy it, but maybe you should not buy it, you should not buy it, you should not buy it. I'm going to buy it. Because I'm part of this Walt Disney family and it's already, and by the time you guys are out of this company, I'm putting someone else in COO, basically. Because someone put this guy in COO. He didn't put himself as COO. He's not part of the Walt Disney family. Okay? He's not part of Walt's family I'm talking about, man. The blood shit, bloodline type shit. I'm surprised they still don't do that shit. Oh, you can't be COO if you're not part of my bloodline. I'm surprised they don't do that. Maybe they do in the background and we just don't know that this guy is actually part of the Disney family. Who knows? There's a lot of shit we don't know with Disney. I'll say that right now. But there's a lot of things we do know about it. But but moving on. In the whole things with allegations with Vince McMahon, I guarantee you this. Disney will drop him off like a fly. Oh yeah. Okay? You know, we talk about Kathleen Kennedy. But with Vince, to be honest, I would be like, yo, Vince, if I was in Disney and I bought WWE, I'd be like, hey, I bought WWE. Oh, Vince, leave out the door and take Kathleen Kennedy with you. That's what I would have done. I'm not a bad business person, to be quite honest with you. You know? That's why I mentioned before that there's actually people out there, business people, that are looking for people, creative people, basically. Like just their mind. They want to hire you because of your mind, not because of your talent or anything like that, because of your mind. And that's real. That's a real thing. People think it's a joke or anything like that, but guys, you don't realize how many shit gets done in Hollywood then. And a lot of creative stuff. You know? Some of the special effects of all time have came from creative, imaginative people. So don't think that's not true. For crying out loud, if no one didn't make the T-Rex from Jurassic Park the way it looked, we wouldn't have had a movie. We wouldn't have had Jurassic Park. Okay? Yeah, sure, Steven Spielberg could have got someone else, but what if the guy that he wanted to get said no? We probably would have got a shitty T-Rex. Who knew? We wouldn't know, though. We wouldn't know because that didn't happen, because he went to the project. He went to something that he knew was good because the person that hired him knew that he was big bucks because he had a good creative brain. Right? He can use that creative brain with physical stuff, yes, but it came from here. It has to come from here first before you could do it physically, my people. Okay? That's a little note, and that's a little spiritual enlightenment thing too, but also it's a business-wise tactic. Okay? A lot of older businessmen around here know that, but some of them don't because they're corrupt as fucking. Some of them have forgot that because they're that fucked up. But some of them, in the background, they look at that and they be like, yo, this kid's smart and he's the future. All of you guys are going to die out and you guys are scared of that, but this kid, I'm taking him under my wing. Basically, because a lot of business people are afraid of that shit. I remember that time when a lot of business people like to have people under their wing. That way they know that, in a way, not that philosophy moves on, but like the business moves on. And they know how it works. That's what some business companies really cared about. Do you know about the company? Do you know how it works? Do you have the mindset of that company? And then if you do, welcome. And I'm not talking about the corrupt shit. I'm talking about like the business type of shit. And if you know the business type of shit, you're good. Come on in, baby. Seriously, give me your ideas. Don't insult my intelligence either. I'm like, nah, man. You hire me for a reason. Why would I? I'm getting paid this much money. No, we could sit here all day and talk about it, man. It's almost like. Have you ever watched that documentary South Park? And this is still about wrestling, but I just want to mention this. The whole documentary with South Park, if you ever watched it. There's a documentary of South Park when the guys are just like in the room just trying to think of ideas of how to make the show, and all the animators, all the people that are working the tech and stuff like that, everyone's just waiting for them to like, yeah, if they're not walking, we're not walking. Which just sucks. So anyway, that is kind of true. So, but tell me what you guys think. Who do you think should buy WWE? And the whole thing of me saying, hey, look, with Disney buying WWE, there could be negatives and positives with it. But in a way, I kind of see more positive with it than anything, because in my opinion, I think you would just leave the people there. I don't think you would have Vince there. And Vince, if he's that naive and to the point that he can't think of, if he can't think right now of how much he's stupid and naive and fucked up and greedy as hell, then he probably would fuck up and Disney would just kick him out. And I've pointed this out too, that if Vince wants the highest money possible, wouldn't you pick Disney than Saudi Arabia? Don't pick $10 million. Pick more than that. 30 or 20. But going back, people have also pointed out too, the Fox deal with Disney. It hasn't really gone as smoothly as people thought of. But to be honest, from what I can see, it's not as bad as people put it out to be. But what do you expect when a company bought a business? Of course, it's going to start off a little bit rough, But most people are like, yeah, but it's been like for years. And I'm like, you guys are acting like it's been 20 years. It hasn't. If it's been 20 years, then we have a problem. 10 years, a little concerning. 15 years, oh, we fucked up. 25 years, oh, you're dead. You're basically, how are you still alive? That's just me. That's just me, man. That's just the way I see it sometimes. It's like, how can you be active? Are you a zombie? uh, I didn't know you had a baby. Is it alive? No. But uh, if you know that reference, you deserve a cookie. But we could be friends if you know that reference. But yeah, that's it. That's it. You know, imagining Raw and SmackDown in a big giant stadium every week with thousands of people would be amazing. But obviously, you need the superstars. You need the superstars to have that big of arena to do it. You know? And if Disney does it right, if they buy WWE or any other company that watches this, if they do it right, then you can do that. But hey, I'm not saying you should do it or you could do it. I know if Disney did it, they could do it. I'd be like, yeah, Disney, you could literally buy a fucking giant stadium every fucking goddamn week and you get that shit back, you know? And I guarantee you will make fucking money off of it with sponsors and all that shit, you know? So, that's just me. So, again, WWE will be more famous than ever before, in my opinion, if they went to Disney. But we do have little elements of like, hey, look at that, it might just go to Netflix. No, but so WWE, what is it? Oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry about that, guys, because the internet cut off and I try to, you know how you lose your train of thought because something got cut off there. Fucking hate it. But moving on, let's just say any company that buys WWE, hopefully they treat it well. If it is the Saudis, well then, you know what? Pack up your bags and leave. That's for everyone. And the thing is, too, people have pointed out, too, that once WCW left, some people didn't even watch WWE. They just stopped becoming wrestling fans. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'll say this right now. If Saudi Arabia buys WWE, I'm not going to be a wrestling fan anymore, man. I'm not. Is it sad? Yeah, it is. It is. Because I'm trying to ignite that fire back that WWE killed and stomped on and spat at and laughed at. And I'm looking at it and saying that it's still something there still. And some days yes and some days no. Because sometimes this company is just that fucking pathetic. But you tell me, guys, what company you think deserves to grab this piece of shit? And what company deserves to make this better? Except for the Saudis. Bye.